He said, well, tell you what. He says, I'd like to have you come up here on Monday morning and we'll talk about a job at CKLW. Well, Ron, my heart fluttered. Needless to say, it was I couldn't believe that this was happening to me. And so I went out, I bought a special suit because I was going to be following Tommy Shannon in my training. And I got all dressed up. And anyway, I drove from Toledo to Detroit. I got there very early. I went through the Windsor Tunnel, got to the studios on Riverside Drive at the Big 8 very early in the morning. And I walked in and the guard said, well, you're here much too early. And then about 8 o'clock, Rosalie Trombley came in. She was the switchboard operator at the time. And she said, I'll check and see. Well, Mr. Drew was not in. And then Mr. Drew was in about 8:30. And an hour later, Mr. Drew he's in, but he's still very busy. And then about 9 o'clock, Mr. Drew is still busy. At 9:30 or 9:45, this whirlwind came through the lobby. It was Paul Drew, and he said, hurry, we're going to Motown to pick up an exclusive record. So we hopped into his old Pontiac convertible with the old dial mobile telephone in it. And we went to the back of what was then, I think, the Grand Boulevard Studios, East Grand Boulevard. And almost what I could describe as looking like a drug deal. The back door opened in the Motown studio, and out came a paper envelope. And inside the envelope was an acetate record. And the door closed. And we headed back to Windsor. And Paul Drew said to me, he said, what you've just seen didn't occur. He said, this is the latest Supreme song. And he said, I have a one-day exclusive on this song. And he said, we're going to hurry back and get it on the air right away. And we'll be on the air with it at least one day before Keener, which was our big competition, gets it. And he said, I'm only sharing this with you because I assume that you're coming to work for us. He says, I'm going to put you on noon to 3 on CKLW, give you 2 weeks notice. I'll see you in 2 weeks. And I knew I'd been hired by the Big 8, Ron.